Hello, this is Connor Super Goofy, and welcome back to a another video where I am going to be going over the another year-end Connor's Hot List. So today we are going to be doing 2021. This is as far back as I'm going to go because this is the first year that Connor's Hot List became a top 50. But I'm also going to do my 4 years of high school as well because I have year-end charts for those, as you can see at the bottom of the screen. Now, 2021 wasn't quite as good a year for Connor's Hot List as 2022 and 2023 would be, but it was still, I guess, a pretty decent year for Connor's Hot List, all things considered. So, yeah, this is the last year that it was really dominated by what was on the radio, and as you can see, lower down on the screen, there are some songs that weren't necessarily on the radio at the time starting to creep in by the end of the year as well. Um, this is this is the year where I most regret where I placed everything. This is the first year that this is the year where I was this is the first year basically that I made the year-end hot list at the end of that said year rather than a lot later down the line. Like my 2020, 2019, 2018 lists were retroactive. So yeah, these are my top 50 biggest Connor's Hot List songs of 2021. Starting off at number 1, we have Lil Nas X with Montero, Call Me By Your Name. Now, this song is pretty interesting because it didn't actually hit Connor's Hot List until June, making it the latest into the year that the number one song of a given year charted on Connor's Hot List. Um, Creator came somewhat close in April of last year, 2024, but yeah, this one entered Connor's Hot List in June, and the number two entered in August. We have Industry Baby by Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow. Talk about a song still hitting today because I associate it with good memories. This was the song of me starting high school. This song, I remember first hearing it right before I walked into high school for the first time, and this song reminds me of that. Um, Fun fact, the first time I heard the song, the horn intro actually made me jump. And um nowadays it remains one of the most propulsive pump up songs in the history of Connor's Hot List. It also it also charted pretty high on my end of high school Connor's Hot List, which I do want to actually cover. Number 3 is Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. This song actually made me tear up when I first heard it in that March. Um, it's a very powerful breakup song. Um, it was the first real single Olivia Rodrigo ever released, and it's still, as of now, I think it's kind of gotten old, but it was. I remember really liking it when it was out. Number 4, Billie Eilish, Therefore I Am. It's just it's just a really good song, and it hit Connor's Hot List in like December of 2020, and that was number one for quite a while. It was number one in March of 2021 on Connor's Hot List. Number 5, Kiss Me More by Doja Cat featuring SZA. Another one of my favorite songs of the year. I remember actually hearing this at the eighth grade dance in May of 2021, and that gave me like an emotional connection with it, and it was able to then that was able to carry it on Connor's Hot List throughout the rest of the year. Number six, Levitating by Dua Lipa featuring the baby. I don't really need to explain that one um any more than I already do. Number seven, Butter by BTS. This is actually um I think it still is. Um I don't know whether you would consider Gangnam Style to be a more successful Connor's Hot List song, but as of the as of the end of 2021, Butter by BTS was the most successful K-pop song on Connor's Hot List, and is still one of the most successful K-pop songs in the history of Connor's Hot List. I do like some K-pop. Um, K-pop is I honestly have like mixed feelings about. I have mixed feelings about K-pop. Like BT groups like BTS, I can get behind at least a few of their songs. But then you get to groups like Blackpink, who are so over the top that it almost becomes kind of hard to listen to. Although I do I do like a fair few amount of K-pop songs, and Butter by BTS was obviously one of them during the summer of 2021. Number 8, Without You by the Kid Laroi. Honestly, this is another song like Laugh Now, Cry Later from the following year, where it's honestly hard to remember why the song was such an enormous hit on Connor's Hot List. Um, I think that I liked the emotion that came across in the song, but it is really basic. Now that I think of it in retrospect, it isn't very creative at all. And I don't know. I think the Kid Leroy has come a long way since this song, honestly. I don't hate the Kid Leroy like a lot of other people do, and I think he's come a long way since this song. And yeah, I also liked Stay, but Stay was so overplayed on the radio that year that I very quickly got tired of it, and it kind of turned me against the song, I guess. Number 9 is the first interesting one we actually have on Connor's Hot List. This is Love Nwantiti by CK. I actually talked about this in the 2022 list, but I regret placing this at number 9 here. Not because it isn't good, because it actually really is good, but because it hit Connor's Hot List so late in the year that I don't think it warrants being placed at number 9. Probably somewhere down like in the 20s or 30s. But remember, 2021 was back when there were less songs for on Connor's Hot List for most of the year. Number 10, Bad Habits by Ed Sheeran. I remember really liking this song, and it got stuck in my head a lot. It's yeah, it's pretty good. Number 11, Peaches by Justin Bieber. Yeah, the song's pretty catchy, honestly. Thinking back at it, the song has gotten really old for me. And the number 12 song, Heat Waves by Glass Animals, also didn't take too long for me to get old, for me to get tired of it after it had a huge um wave on Connor's Hot List late in the year. But yeah, this song is only just now starting to um kind of gain some of that, I guess, appreciation back from me. Number 13 is Virus. Now, this is interesting because Virus never actually charted in 2021 back when it was going around in at my middle school. Um, Virus was put on the year-end hot list retroactively. So, there's another song on the eighth grade hot list that did the same thing, but we're not going to be covering the eighth grade hot list because there's only 20 songs on it. Um, Number 14 is Go Crazy by Chris Brown and Young Thug. I don't hate Chris Brown as much as a lot of people do. He is a pretty awful person, but that's um I at least know how to separate the art from the artist. Unlike Todd in the Shadows sometimes seems like he isn't able to at some points. Number 15 is Love Again by Dua Lipa. Um Now the Todd in the Shadows one hit wonderlands are starting to bleed into it might start bleeding into Connor's hot list. And the song that this samples, Your Woman by Whitetown, which was on Todd in the Shadows One Hit Wonderland series, is actually a really good song as well. In fact, I think it's probably just as good, if not better, than the Dua Lipa song. So you can probably see that song make an entry on the Connor's hot list at some point soon. I don't know when, but probably at some time. Number 16, Lifetime by Swedish House Mafia featuring Ty Dolla $ign and 070 Shake. This is a song that lots of people are gonna have, wait, what are you talking about? What is this it's the comeback single of that EDM group Swedish House Mafia that brought you Don't You Worry Child, which um would actually come to Connor's hot list like 3 years later in August of 2024. But yeah, lots of people don't know this song. Um their comeback is better familiarized with the song Moth to a Flame with The Weeknd, which I also really liked, and you're gonna see it slightly lower down on this list. Um Number 17, Saturday by 21 Pilots. Um, Now this one also hit Connor's hot list pretty late in the year, but it's still number 18, Way Too Sexy by Drake featuring Future and Young Thug. Lots of people don't like this song. Honestly, I kind of saw the point. I didn't know I'm too sexy back then. I obviously do now because I watched Todd in the Shadows. Duh. But but yeah, that song I think I'm Too Sexy is the original one by Right Said Fred is kind of I don't know, a little bit too minimalistic, I guess you could say, based on the clips that I've heard of it. And Way Too Sexy by Drake actually adds some like instruments that adds some it adds some color to the beat, which I can appreciate. That being said, don't know if this should have been as high as number 18. Number 19, Arcade by Duncan Lawrence. I liked it as a pretty bittersweet, kind of, I don't know, I liked it as quite a bittersweet song to, during the summer. Um, Fun fact, it's also at the exact same spot on the freshman year-end list. Um, there's another song lower down that also accomplished this feat. Number 20 is You Broke Me First by Tate McRae. I think, once again, this is another song like Without You, where honestly, I don't know how this song appealed to me the first time, and it's another song where I think the artist has come a long way since that song. Um, and yeah, this was This was a song that I just thought was pretty good at the time. Number 21 is Hit It by the Black Eyed Peas. I know a lot of people also don't like the Black Eyed Peas, especially not Todd in the Shadows, but this song was pretty groovy and I liked the hook. Number 22 is another Lil Nas X song, That's What I Want. All three of the big hits from the album from the Montero album I really liked. This one charts a little bit lower down on the year end because it hit Connor's Hot List kind of later in the year. Um, but yeah, number 23 is Moth to a Flame by Swedish House Mafia and The Weeknd, which I mentioned earlier. 24 is Silk Sonic. Um, Leave the Door Open was a really good song. Really liked it. It only, honestly, a little bit surprised it only got to number 6. Number 25 is one that I kind of regret putting this high or on the year-end list at all. It should have been on the 2022 year-end list and not the 2021 year-end list because it hit Connor's Hot List so late in the year. Um, it's a pretty stupid song in hindsight, but I associate it with positive memories from Christmas of 2021, so I can't really get mad at it. Number 26 is Traitor by Olivia Rodrigo. This is another one that hit Connor's Hot List late in the summer. 27, Happier Than Ever. I don't really feel like explaining the appeal of this song to me. If you listen to the song and you take it into the context of Billie Eilish at the time, you'll immediately know what made this song so good for me. 28 is Take My Breath by The Weeknd. A lot of people don't really remember this song. I guess, or at least I think. But it's another song that I associate with starting high school, so um and yeah, it's another really good one. Number 29 is the Goosebumps remix by Travis Scott. I remember back then I didn't have a single clue about who Travis Scott was at the time. Number 30 is NDA by Billie Eilish. Another Billie Eilish song. Billie Eilish had a big year on Connor's Hot List as well as a big year on Billboard in 2021, and NDA is just another one of those songs. NDA might actually be my favorite Billie Eilish song from 2021 honestly. Maybe even better than Therefore I Am because the song actually the song actually makes me feel is something I should probably say is what I should probably be saying. 31 Lonely by Justin Bieber. Don't really have much to say about it except that it kinda I guess it captured the feeling of being lonely. Um Number 32 Shivers by Ed Sheeran. This is a song that I liked at first that I immediately got sick of. They played this so much on the radio. Man, I was pretty much inescapable. This was back when I was listening to the radio on my iPad. Um so obviously I got really annoyed with Shivers. Number 33, Leave Before You Love Me by Marshmello and the Jonas Brothers. Another one that I actually don't have that much to say about. 34, another Silk Sonic song. What can I say? Silk Sonic was just pretty good. Um, 35, Save Your Tears by The Weeknd. This is another one that was played on the radio so much that I just got sick of it. Number 36, Who's in Your Head by the Jonas Brothers. This is another one that hit Connor's Hot List later in the year. That reminds me, that gives me like fond memories of those early days of high school. Number 37, One Right Now by Post Malone and The Weeknd. This is probably a more appropriate placement at number 37, seeing how late this came in the year. Um, 38, Life Goes On, Oliver Tree. Yeah, don't think I need to explain much about this one. I like how quirky and goofy it sounds, and it was just an enjoyable song. 39 is Blinding Lights. Now, I'm not going to cover the 2020 year-end list, so I might as well cover this song now. This is my number one song for all of 2020. This was number one on my 2020 year-end list, and in 2020, this song ran number one on Connor's Hot List for like 4.5 months or something crazy like that. And it was that good. Number 40 is My Universe by Coldplay and BTS. It's fine. Um, don't actually remember why it actually was able to get so high on Connor's Hot List. Number 41, Naked May Muller and Polo G, Better Days. Um, Number 42, Cold Heart by Elton John and Dua Lipa. Um, this was a pretty big comeback moment for Elton John. It's the moment that I think started to made me start to appreciate his music a little bit more. Number 43, Mood by 24K Golden. Honestly, this is another song where I can't remember why I liked it so much. Nowadays, it just kind of nowadays I've just kind of gotten sick of it. It's it it was an enjoyable song at first, but I think I'm just kind of sick of it now. 44 is another one that was huge on Connor's Hot List in 2020, and also carried over to 2021. Circles by Post Malone. This is number two for all of 2020. 45 Stay, I've already mentioned. 46 POV by Ariana Grande. This was my favorite song. This is my favorite hit single from Positions. Positions and 34 plus 35, I just found a little bit too dull to really enjoy. Um, but POV actually had some like POV actually I guess kind of had some power behind it. 47 Rumors by Lizzo and Cardi B. Don't really have much to say about that one. 48 Summer of Love by Shawn Mendes and Tiny. 49 Beggin' by Måneskin. Um, Beggin' is a song that honestly I think is fine. And number 50, My Ex's Best Friend by MGK and Black Bear, which I think should have been higher. That's the list. That's the list for 2021. We're going to be doing the freshman year next. And then we're going to go in chronological order all the way up to my senior year because I think my senior year was so good I figured I'd probably just cover it last. That's about it. See ya.